Well, first of all, I just need to tell everybody that he's not Clinton. I'm not Stephanopoulos. If you're looking to tune in to see true life events, it's not our show. We're completely fictional accounts. But that said, I think Bartlett is one of those guys that didn't wake up and go, I can't wait to be president. I need to be president. I'm on a power trip. He's a guy who was convinced by guys like me. Mr. Bartlett, you have a great mind. You're one of the leading minds of your generation. You could best serve people by running for office. And so I think almost against his will, he's found himself as the President of the United States. Well, you know, the thing about my character, Mr. Sam Seaborn, is, and about everybody else in the show, is they take their jobs very seriously. This is not a satire. There are going to be no interns in our show. They take their jobs very, very seriously. However, my character also is a rebel. And he's aware that he represents the president, but he's not going to let that stop him from living a full life. And he's going to do the right thing. But if he does things that may seem wrong, as long as they are actually right, he doesn't care because he hates hypocrisy. He's one of those guys that believes in the right thing. And if he wants to hang out with friends that maybe don't look good to the public, he doesn't care. He's not going to let his job affect the way he lives his life. Because all politicians are actors. Come on. That's what it is. You know, politics is the greatest theater. There's no greater theater than politics. And you know, that sort of came crashing down on me when I saw a candidate once getting his makeup put on just to go out and walk the streets. So you go, oh yeah, right, there is a sort of actor thing happening. Well, I've known him since I was 13 years old, and he's been beating me with his old man hook shot for more years than I can imagine on the basketball court. And, you know, then you have his body of work. Badlands, Apocalypse Now, Wall Street, the list truly does go on. And so you have that combination. So when he looks at me and gives me an order, I'm going to follow it. And I don't have to do any acting. It's really hard work. We're actually at this moment in the middle of the second episode, and I'm working harder than I've ever worked in my life. And the only thing that makes it possible for me is that it makes my family life better because I can actually plan. This is when we'll have a vacation. This is when you know, it's not the life of an actor who's wondering what movie he's going to do and where. That's the real reason. The other reason is this material is as fulfilling as any movie I've ever done. You know, I know that the folks in Washington certainly are interested in the show. My sense is the president's probably too busy to actually pay attention to something like this. We certainly would hope so. But I do know that there was a fellow who's in the first episode, he has like just 2 lines, and he was on a public tour of the White House and just mentioned in passing that he was on the West Wing, and his tour guide said, excuse me for a minute, left and came back with Joe Lockhart, who's the president's press secretary, and invited him out to lunch. So I do know that it's on the radar. We'll have to see what they think, though, when it comes out.